Hello all, and I had meant to do a Destination X review all of it itself, and then that didn't happen, and then Money in the Bank happened, and I wasn't able to get to watch Money in the Bank until actually tonight. Didn't even bother watching Raw, but I thought I'd just kind of go over uh, both shows kind of quick, maybe compare the two a little bit. Um, I will say this, I think Destination X was definitely the better of the two shows, just for no other reason than I think it just left a better taste in your mouth at the end. I think it made me at least feel like I wanted to watch uh, the next episode of Impact, and you wanted to, you were excited about watching the the next episode of Impact, and perhaps watching the next pay-per-view even. So I thought that was good. I mean, if you're going to compare the two, I thought Money in the Bank to me is a lot like Elimination Chamber. It's very hard not to get a great pay-per-view because of the gimmick. You have to try pretty hard, and WWE, I think succeeded in some regards. So it wasn't like they put on a bad pay-per-view. I just think Destination X was better because it left a better taste in my mouth. The wrestling was maybe just a little bit better, but I also think that it left a better taste in your mouth as well. If you're gonna, let's just run down Destination X here real quick. I think the opener with the Wrestle In, I thought was pretty good. I thought the wrong guy won. I thought RUBIX JIGSAW should have won. I thought that would have been better, but they went with Mason Andrews, which was kind of weird, and then had him take on Kid Kash, which was okay. I mean, the match was all right. A lot of the tournament matches were short. I think then they tried to get the guys over, but I don't think they necessarily picked the right guys for the to be in this. I think they needed to spend a little bit more money, but they didn't. You had a lot of indie geeks, to be honest. I hate saying that. I sound horrible saying that, but or I feel horrible saying that, but it's just kind of the way it was. I thought Doug Williams and Kenny King was okay. I thought Sonjay Dutt and Rashad Carmen were okay. Well, it was probably the better of those, and then ZEMA Ion and Flip Casanova was just kind of there. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was just kind of like, wow, really. Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe, I really liked. I'm a big Samoa Joe fan, so that really, I don't think should surprise a lot of people that I really enjoyed that match. The AJ Styles Christopher Daniels match I thought was fairly awesome. I thought it was, it was a type of match we hadn't seen from them before, so that was pretty groovy. We had Ultimate X, which, because of the guys that were in it, and because of the time it was given, you also had the Sonjay Dutt, I guess, separating his shoulder and then putting it back and then coming back and all of that. Kind of hurt the match, and it was good. It wasn't like it was bad, but it just, it wasn't anything. And then, of course, we had the main event, Bobby Roode versus Austin Aries, which, as I had said in the previous video, or audio, I guess, that I thought Austin Aries should win. He won. It was great. It was awesome. I thought I know some people bitched because, Storm should have been the first guy to beat Roode. I still think Roode can still win. You can still have, Bobby Roode versus James Storm. It'd still be a big event because it's, James Storm finally getting his hands back on Bobby Roode. But this, to me, was really good. I think it really showed that they are learning and that Austin Aries, because he did need to win this. He needed to win so that the gimmick, made sense. So that you can kind of push a new guy. I think the whole thing, he had to win this. It maybe wasn't the best timing long term, but there's sometimes you just need to pull the trigger on stuff, and I think that was the right thing to do. Then we had Money in the Bank. And as I said, it's not that I didn't enjoy Money in the Bank, it was just more of, compared to Destination X, it just didn't come off as good. I thought the opening Money in the Bank match was pretty damn awesome. It was crazy, and it was kind of just botcherific for a while, but it was still, I thought it worked. Sheamus and Del Rio I didn't like as much as some people. I thought it kind of dragged, but still good match. It wasn't like it was horrible. Then we had one of the added matches, and this is one of the things that really bugs me about WWE right now, is we get these added matches. It would be nice, you know, one of the things on Destination X was we pretty much, even though we didn't know what matches we were going to get, we kind of knew what we were going to get, so I was fine with that. And then you get Money in the Bank, and we had we had 3 just kind of added matches, and it just, you know, it would have been nice to have some sort of, like, you know. And then on top of that, there was the tag team champions. I guess didn't defend their belts. I didn't really understand if it was a title match or non-title match on the pre-show. But then you had a like #1 contenders match on the actual pay-per-view. I think you needed to flip that. Just me. You had CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan, which did not go on last. I did not like this. It is what it is, though. They had an awesome match, though. The AJ stuff didn't play in as much as it probably should have, but it still was kind of there. But they had an awesome match. Can't take that away from them. Then a RYBACK squash. It was what it was. You had a Divas tag, which, you know, whatever. And then you had the Raw Money in the Bank, which was really good. I felt. I didn't think it was good as the Smackdown one, but I thought it was really good, and thought the right guys won. Or I thought, you know, I shouldn't say that. I didn't think the right guy won. I don't understand why John Cena needed to win this. I really don't, but I guess we will see. You know, he's main evented every pay-per-view, even though he has not been the champion. I think that's a bad signal. I think you have to let people know that, hey, you know, the championship does mean something. It means you main event. I know WWE doesn't always do that. I know they don't understand that. I don't get it, but it is kind of what it was. Still, it was a really enjoyable pay-per-view. I thought it was a great pay-per-view. Just didn't think it was as good as Destination X. You know, kind of what are you going to do type of thing. You know, I hope people bought Destination X. I haven't seen any numbers yet, but I do hope people bought it because, you know, TNA is doing good things right now, and they deserve your money, and they deserve your money in a big way. If you live in the UK, you should definitely buy this DVD when it comes out. So, there. You know, like I said, I thought Money in the Bank was great, but as again, I think it's hard for it not to be a great pay-per-view. And really, if you look at it, it probably should have been better than what I've given it, but it just felt like it was there. And we had a bunch of Raw stuff, and we got a bunch of matches that were just thrown together for no reason. And you got, you know, the order of the matches just the pay-per-view just felt odd in a way, even though you had really good wrestling, and that part of the show was really good, and it definitely was worth the money. You know, I don't know about worth the money, but it was definitely worth seeing from that aspect of it. So there you go. That's all I really got. Really, not a lot I wanted to talk about. As I said, Money in the Bank really, it didn't do much for me, even though I enjoyed it, had a lot of fun. Destination X, a lot more. You know, I think it did what it needed to do, and that was a very kind of good thing. So, yeah. I don't know when I'll do my next video. There are some things I want to do. I just haven't gotten around to doing them yet. Time being the bitch that it is, unfortunately. So anyways, with that, I'm out. Have a good one. Later.